This is the Cairngorm National Park, and I'm David. Join me as I set myself the challenge of a 7 to 8 kilometre trail from Braemar to Kingussie, across the exposed and remote reaches of the Cairngorms. I scaled 2 mountains, crossed loads of rivers, wild camped and had wet feet the entire time. For 3 days I flipped between euphoria,
I couldn't feel better in this moment,
and feeling utterly hellish. So stick around to find out if I bit off more than I could chew.
Maybe I've bit off more than I could chew.
This is the Glen Geldie Trail.
Guys, this is a very tired David from the future. Before you watch the video, like it, subscribe here somewhere, maybe leave a comment at some stage. I like when you do that. You don't have to. And yeah, hope you enjoy the video. Let's go.
So, what is Kingussie? Where is Kingussie? Who lives in Kingussie? Who knows? The more I say it, the more it sounds completely made up. I've never been there, so I have no idea. But that's where we're heading. So let's go.
Truth be told, who cares where Kingussie is? That is the end point, and we are all about the journey here. This route I'm taking was 7 to 8 kilometres according to my watch. It started in the quaint village of Braemar, but you have joined me just after the beautiful Ruigh, as I enter the barren, open and exposed heather moorland surrounding the Geldie burn. The plan is to hike this over 3 days, climbing 2 of the Cairngorm's most remote Munros on the way, before joining up with Glen Feshie and the route's endpoint, the quiet highland town of Kingussie.
I'm a little bit obsessed with these long distance paths. I just love the idea that before cars and motorways, people used to use these to traverse between towns and villages, like Braemar and Kingussie in this case. And yeah, I kind of feel like I'm a ye-olde worldy delivery person, delivering a message, or I am in a video game, an open world video game, and I'm just exploring the map.
As the Cairngorm gusts terrorised my microphone, I continued on along the dusty trail that hugged the side of the Ruigh, approaching the White Bridge. No idea why it's called that though. This is where the Ruigh splits off in the direction of the Ruigh. I made my way across and officially joined up with the Geldie burn, heading in the direction of the Red House Bothy instead.
Wow, this is cool. Very cool.
This is the Red House, which is a really cool bothy between Braemar and Bothy.to. So you would come this way if you're heading to Kingussie or Bothy.to, as I say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bunk beds. There's a table through the house with the log burner, there's pans, there's loads of chairs. Space to swing multiple cats, I would say. Really big, really cool. And I did think about staying here, but because I'm going to try and tag in these 2 Munros a little bit further on, I think, given it's 4:20, if I use the next hour to keep walking, I can get to the old Geldie Lodge Ruin. That's where I'll camp, and then tomorrow morning I'll get up. I'll be close to those Munros. Whew. Quick 1-2. Back down, and then off we go to Glen Feshie after that. I'm excited, and I'm excited to bring you guys there. I'm not going to hang around. I'm going to grab my bag and let's go.
That's my fuel until I get to Geldie Lodge Ruin. I'm fading away.
As it turned out, Geldie Lodge Ruin was a lot further up the road than I anticipated. I tried to power through with the threat of sunset looming, but there was no sign of the road ahead coming to an end. As my hunger levels entered critical, I had no choice but to delve into my fuel reserves.
Oh my god. My legs are really tired and I'm starving. I had five-a-side football last night. Probably not the best preparation for a big long walk. And the night before that I did a cycle on the indoor bike, so I've really taken out the legs before I embark on a 70-kilometre hike. Don't know if that's smart. I just need a quick hydration break and a little snack. A Snickers. We'll have half of it just now. I haven't eaten since about 9:30 this morning, and I've been walking since just before 12 o'clock. I should really have lunch, but it's too late now. I need to press on. By the way, that's a sketchy bridge. Kind of looks like it's ready to fall in.
It's 5:20. As you can see, there's no sign of this road ending. There is maybe an hour left of sunlight, so hopefully I can get there at least by 6. We'll see. Quarter to 6, and I've been absolutely scunnered by this river crossing, and I don't want to get my shoes absolutely soaked, so we're going across barefoot.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness me.
Ho ho ho! That was that's woke me up. That's given me energy for sure.
As I would soon find out, that river crossing would not be the last, and very quickly I encountered my next obstacle.
The lodge is just there. So we have another bloody river crossing. Look at that sunset though. That's the only thing keeping me going. Ah. Oh well. The water is so cold that it hurts my feet, but also the rocks on the riverbed are so sharp it hurts my feet, so it's a double whammy of pain. But we're across. The ruin is just up there, and I still haven't wearing my shoes. I pitched a tent here. I've never used this tent before. It's new, although I've had it for quite a while now. I've just never actually used it, so this will be the first time setting it up. Should I do lucky dip? Orzo bolognese. Yeah, why not? We also have some porridge with strawberries, expedition breakfast, macaroni cheese, cowboy barbecue beans, and a chipotle chili with rice. Now I just have to wait 15 minutes, it says, till it's ready. So it's quite a long time. I'm absolutely famished. While we're waiting for the pasta to cook, I'll give you the tent tour. So this is a new tent. I bought it quite a few months ago actually, but I've never used it. So this is the first time. I can't remember the brand, so I will put the brand somewhere here. There's a door on this side. There's a door on this side. The doors have the mesh part and the inner part, so you can take it away and just have the mesh if it's getting a bit too warm. Things I like, there is a hook for this lamp, and there's lots of pockets. There's pockets here for my stuff, there's pockets here for my stuff, there's pockets here for my stuff, my sunnies are in there, and my bag's in here, my sleeping mat and sleeping bag are comfortably in beside it, and there's loads of space. I'm sitting up as straight as I possibly can. If I slouch down a bit, there's loads of room, so seems like a reasonably okay tent just now, but obviously I'll have to get back to you in the morning on that. We'll see how it does for condensation and whatnot. And that's it. That's the tent tour done. That was thrilling. Do a happy dance, because the food is good. Is the food good? Or am I just that hungry that anything freeze-dried would be delicious? Well, I'm absolutely knackered, so I'm going to brush my teeth. I'm going to go straight to bed. So I'll get yous in the morning. Good morning, and it's a fine morning. We just had a lovely sunrise. I thought I was going to have a really, really good sleep because it was good weather, flat ground, good pitch, but I just kept waking up. It was fine. It was okay. Not the best, not the worst. What can I say? The tent, I am enjoying it. As I say, I don't know how it will do in sort of rougher weather, but zero condensation, lots of space, good height, great storage, amazing. So I'm happy with that one. I've been gifted these bad boys by the wonderful Ian Pettigrew. It's coffee, but it's also a latte. So I had one last night. It was good. I'm going to have another one because I have loads of them. And then I'm going to have my porridge, and I'm going to hit the road and get these 2 Munros checked off. It's a circle back to this point. So all of the time I spend doing these, I'm not actually making any forward momentum towards Glen Feshie and the second Bothy. I'm going to leave the tent here, I'm going to leave the sleeping equipment here, do the Munros with a lighter pack, and then when I arrive back I'll maybe have lunch and I'll get everything in the bag after that. So wish me luck. Let's get going.
Fresh off the back of the 25 kilometres I walked yesterday, I set off from Geldie Lodge Ruin, rejuvenated by my porridge, and looking forward to my hunt for the 2 Munros, Cairngorm and An Scorsich. I didn't record it, but there was a signpost which apologised for the state of the trail due to flooding and vehicle use, which did kind of worry me. True enough, the hill was boggy, the terrain was uneven, and not for those with weak ankles, with no real path for much of the ascent, or at least I had no idea where it was. The ascent felt worryingly strenuous, and the lingering thought that I had to cover 35 kilometres today didn't make me feel any better.
It's 9:55, so just a way to turn 10 o'clock. Whew. That was Cairngorm, which means the rocky hill of the fiddler, or something like that. Oh, I don't know if it's just the past few days of being on my feet. I don't know if it's because I'm out of practice, but my God, that was hard. The first half of that through the heather and the bog, hellish. Absolutely hellish. The second half, the path was fine, so it wasn't too bad. It just felt very steep. I don't have time to rest. I have to keep going. Whew. I've got and Skorzich. I can't remember and I'm too tired to check. But I'll update you guys soon. I don't expect there'll be a path beyond here. It's going to be awful, quite frankly. I'm giving myself 2 hours, get back to the campsite by lunchtime, and then I've only got another 4 or 5 hours of walking after that. Let's go, let's go. Oh, Jesus.
Much to my surprise, there was a vague path, though at this height it was often blanketed by large spatterings of snow. There was a section of bog in the saddle between the two Munros that I had to zigzag around, but after that the ascent was mostly just heather.
That's cool, but I don't have time to hang around. But I like it, I like it. Yes! I am the best! That there is the summit of An Scarsoch, one of the most remote Munros in the Cairngorms. I think it means the little hill of rocks, or the rocky hill, or something along those lines. And I suppose it has a lot of rocks at the top, but the Munro itself and Cairngorm, pretty brutal in terms of walking, ascent, and obviously through the heather, tough to walk through. But yeah, not the most enjoyable Munros I've ever done. So I need to just get back to the tent now, back to campsite, because this day is only just beginning. I have a long way to go. But I set out for a challenge. We'll see. Maybe I've bit off more than I can chew, but we'll see how I get on.
I thought when I was recording this it would look way cooler, but instead it's just me embarrassingly shuffling my way down the mountain. The descent was lots more bog and heather, obviously, until eventually my legs cried out in joy when they touched back down on sweet, trusted and wonderful path. My estimate finishing time of around lunch was well off the mark, and I arrived back at the campsite way later than I planned.
In the words of Xander Budnick, I am pooched. Absolutely knackered. My feet are sore, blisters are forming. Chipotle chili with rice. It's good. It's got a little bit of spice to it. I needed this so much. I just haven't brought enough food. And I'm walking so far, burning so many calories. And it's just not enough to probably give me the energy I need. But it is what it is. Yes, I am completely done in for the day. I could easily just sleep. That's what I want to do. But I need to get to Glen Feshie. So I'll finish this and I'll power on. It's 2:20 in the afternoon. So I'm currently that red dot. And the Bothy that I'm going to is probably just before this little hill, just after that dotted line. It's probably just over half the way of the remaining walk. So it's pretty far. I didn't know at the time, but walking through that river has just given me a second wind. I thought I wouldn't want wet shoes, but they were already a little bit wet, so I thought, just trudge through that, wear shoes on, who cares. And it was cold, but it wasn't sore to walk on the rocks, and the ice cool water has rejuvenated my feet. My second wind is gone. My feet hurt.
As my second wind came and then went, I marched onwards through Glen Geldie's vast and exposed heather moorland. At a quick pit stop because the dogs required an MOT, which I expertly completed before setting off again. The gentle springtime sun made the hills glow, and I continued on under the watchful eye of Monarch Moor until I reached another quite stunning landmark I hadn't expected to see.
Wow, didn't expect that. I knew there was a waterfall coming, but I just expected it to be rubbish and small. But that was amazing. Although that bridge didn't fill me with much confidence.
Hey! 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 Wake up! David, wake up! It's not time for bed yet. Wake your heck up.
Why do I feel like it's been in progress for a very, very long time?
The derelict hut is significant because it marks the point I officially joined the River Feshie, and as a result, Glen Feshie. With daylight ticking away quickly and my energy waning, I had to summon the power of jelly once more, in the hope it would get me through this final stretch. Little did I know at the time, but I still had over 2 hours of walking to go. Oh, and don't forget, another river crossing, just for good measure.
It is 6:15, so there's about 15 minutes of daylight, and I am far. There's nowhere to pitch here because it's all slopes. Me and my wet feet are just going to trudge all the way to the Bothy as planned. I'll probably just get the head torch out and do the final leg in the dark. I am absolutely exhausted, but the day is not done. So I'll see you guys at campsite or at the Bothy.
Well, I made it. There's people downstairs, so I'll be relatively quiet. But I'm absolutely knackered, so I'm going to just say goodnight, and I'll get you guys in the morning.
I got to the Bothy 8:10 last night and I was absolutely done in. But when I arrived here, there was two ladies who were having a more relaxing evening. So they walked down with their 2 dogs. So they made me a cup of tea. I got some chocolate covered dates, got to pet their dogs, and a bit of whiskey as well. So it turned out fantastic. And then probably about 45 minutes later, I went upstairs to bed, and that was the end of that. I am feeling good today. I'm tired, my legs are a bit exhausted. My watch says I should do no exercise today, but I think the buzz of walking all that way yesterday is giving me some zhuzh. Did 35 kilometers to Munros. Beautiful effort. So really pleased with that. I'm going to have my adventure food expedition breakfast because I didn't eat enough yesterday. I'm starving. I was rumbling stomach all through the night. My legs were giving me a bit of jip through the night as well, so I didn't sleep very well at all. But as I say, we are in a brand new day, so I'm feeling good.
Aiteachain is a tremendous bothy. It has a source of running water, it has toilets, which I made the most of, and is generally just an exceptionally well looked after place. I had a relaxing morning, re-energised, and got ready to finish the mission.
The feeling today is elation. I feel pumped, on a buzz from the last 2 days of walking. I set myself a challenge. I wanted it to be demanding physically and mentally, and it definitely has been. And the more I do it, the more I hope I'll condition my body to be used to these kind of things. So yeah, it's been fantastic. Beautiful place. Cairngorms is amazing. Even the more desolate parts, just heather moorland. Thinking back, it was just crazy. The walk into Glen Feshie, even walking through the dark, it was just gives me goosebumps even just thinking about it. It was such an adventure, which is what these are supposed to be. So yeah, as I say, I'm on cloud 9 and I'm looking forward to the rest of the walk. I'm looking forward to Ruthven Barracks specifically, so I'm excited to show you guys that. So stick with me to the end of the video and let's go.
The trail from this point was a lot gentler than the previous 2 days, and I enjoyed my walk through some lovely Scots pine forests. But it wasn't quite done playing tricks on me, and soon enough I ran into an all too familiar foe.
I've lost count of the amount of rivers and streams I've had to cross, some gracefully and some not quite so gracefully. I've wanted to come to Glen Feshie for quite some time, but I've never had the right moment, so this is it, and it does not disappoint. It is incredible. Visit Glen Feshie, stay at the Bothy, go further, do the Munros nearby. It's such an incredible place. Don't I know it? Every breath you take, every move you make, I hope you're watching this. There were times during this walk I thought I'd bitten off more than I can chew. There were times where I felt absolutely hellish, but I just had to keep powering through. I even thought that this video probably isn't going to be very good because I spent so much time just walking with a sullen face. But I just keep reminding myself that this video isn't for anything really, other than me. It's for looking back on in the future and having a laugh at sort of the times gone by, because it's a fact, none of us are getting any younger, and there will come a time where I probably won't do this anymore. But watching these videos back and just reminiscing and having a bit of laugh at the stuff that I used to get up to, hopefully that'll bring me comfort. So yeah, as I say, I'm absolutely on a high just now. I couldn't feel better in this moment. It's quite euphoric, in fact. Yada 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 yada.
From here on, I waved goodbye to the dramatic scenes of the Cairngorms, and with each passing minute, my feet carried me closer to Kingussie. With around 2 hours of walking still to go, I traversed through Ruigh forest, passed by a couple of quaint hamlets, where my route joins up with another long-distance trail, the Speyside Way. Before long, I had the barracks in my sight, and it was a sight I was delighted to see, believe you me. Perfect final stop, just in front of the Ruthven Barracks. Show you. Just over there in the distance, and then Kingussie just over there. Amazing. Very cool building, the Ruthven Barracks. Built in the 1700s to try and stop the Jacobite rising. And ironically, it was destroyed by the Jacobites in 1946, I think it was. But yeah, a nice treat, a nice bit of history to end the walk before I head back into the town. And that is exactly what I did. My feet strained one last time to drag my tired body over the line. I crossed one final bridge, just for good measure, and walked by the shinty pitches, which is a popular sport here in the Highlands. And there I was at the end of the trail, which honestly was one of my favourite hikes so far. And so, I bid the Glen Geldie trail farewell for now.
Not bad. I asked at the start of this, where and what is Kingussie? But I should have asked, how does Kingussie feel? Because to me, right now, it feels amazing. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya.